Oh, what's my favorite show of all time? Oh gosh, that'd have to be Golden Girls. I think I know the words to every Golden Girls episode ever made, which is probably taking up a lot of valuable brain space. I gotta let that go. Hey everyone, Lee Little, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to move your hoop from the waist position up to lasso, which looks like this. Now, before you start learning lasso, if you're practicing inside, I would recommend that you move any valuables, any furniture out of the way, because chances are your hoop may fly. So I just don't want anything to happen to your valuables. If you spin your hoop to the left or counterclockwise, I want you to practice this in your right hand. Now, if you spin in the opposite direction, clockwise or to the right, I'd like you to practice in your left hand. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is I'm going to teach you the grip change, because there's a grip change that happens from here up to here. You're going to start as if you are shaking hands with someone, and you're just going to grip the hoop lightly. And then I just want you to bring your hoop out to the side of you. Now the next thing that you're going to do is you're going to practice bringing your hoop across body, and when you get to about here is where your grip change needs to happen. So what you're going to do is you're going to move your fingers under your hoop and get your thumb out of the way, okay? I'm going to show you this also from behind. I've got my hoop gripped lightly. It's out to the side. I'm going to bring it across my body, and about here is where this grip change happens. Now what I'm doing is I'm rolling my fingers and getting my thumb out of the way. Because what's going to happen is you're then going to move it up and around and create a path for your hoop to spin on. So it's resting between my thumb and my fingers. My hand is outstretched. So let's try that again. Grip the hoop lightly, it's out to the side. I'm bringing it diagonally up across my body. I'm rolling these fingers, getting my thumb out of the way, and I'm bringing it up and around and creating that path for the hoop to travel on. Now, when you can do that, move on to the second step. For step 2, what I'd like you to do is start waist hooping, and you're going to learn to put your hand behind your back. So that's the next step in this process. If your hoop is spinning to the left, you're going to be using your right hand. If your hoop is spinning to the right, I want you to use your left hand. So what's going to happen is my hand is going to be at the small of my back. My hand is outstretched, and the hoop is simply hitting or rolling right around my hand. Every time that happens, I want you to say touch, 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 touch. When the hoop hits your hand is when you're going to grasp the hoop lightly to pull it up into lasso. Now, a word about the grip. You don't want a death grip on your hoop, because it's going to stop the momentum of your hoop. It's going to really slow it down and prevent you from getting it from waist up to lasso. So remember how in our previous tutorial talking about walking, and we talked about matching the tempo and matching your body movements, you don't want to break the momentum of the hoop for this particular trick. So just think about keeping a light grip, and then we're going to move on to step 3. Now step 3 is actually moving the hoop from the waist up to the lasso. So a couple of things to keep in mind. Your hoop is resting at your back. Your hand is about to grab it. Instead of thinking of bringing the hoop around, I want you to think about shooting your arm upward. Okay, this is an upward motion, not a circular motion. So when you grab your hoop lightly, you're going to bring it up, okay, not out. Let me show you the difference. Out is out here. That's not where you want to be. You want to be bringing your hoop up. Now for your other hand, it can get in the way, so for this particular trick, you could just keep it across your heart, your opposite hand, just so it's out of the way when we do this. So, okay, here's your step 3. We're gonna go ahead and practice. I've got it resting on the small of my back, my hands there. I'm saying touch, 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 and you can even do a countdown. So I'm gonna do 4, 3, 2, 1, lift up, and then that grip change happens. That's why I had you practice the grip change first. So let me do this again. Okay, waist tubing. My hand is going to slip behind. 4, 3, 2, 1, lift. Grip change and lasso is happening, and my arm is outstretched. Now, a couple of things that you can do if you find this to be difficult. One is you can try a bigger hoop. That's going to slow the movement down, give you a little bit more time to get that hoop up. 2 is you can turn with your hoop as you do lasso. So your waist tubing, your hand goes behind, small of your back. You're going to start turning. 4, 3, 2, 1, lift. That's another method that you can use, is to simply turn with your hoop. And for this, you want to be spinning in the same direction as your hoop. Now, the last thing that you can do if you're still having problems is you can kneel as you pull your hoop up. So it looks like this. Your waist hooping, hand goes behind, 4, 3, 2, 1, lift, kneel. Okay? Now, a couple of notes on aesthetics. When you are practicing waist hooping, your arm is going to get very tired as you keep doing this and holding your hoop in lasso. But I really want you to be aware of keeping that arm stretched upward and creating a wonderful body line instead of having this, which is a lazy line, okay? So when you're practicing, try and shoot that arm up, create a nice line, tall fingertips, and then if you get tired, go ahead and do a lazy arm, but I really want you to practice like this, because how you practice is how you are likely to perform. It's going to create that muscle memory. So if you're always practicing this way, you're going to do it this way. So just a word about aesthetics. And then on our next tutorial, I'm going to teach you how to move from lasso position back down into your waist tubing.